students, welcome back. I'm your teacher Winston Anil Lobo, and in the last video we saw about index numbers. We saw what was index numbers, the characteristics of it, the limitations of it, and also the uses of index number. Today we will go a little further and let's see what do we have next. Important terms of index number. Okay, we need to know what are the important terms. So let us see some of the important terms of index numbers. Firstly, the year selected for comparison is called as the base year, and the year for which comparison are required, it is called as the current year. Students, what do we mean by this? You need to understand it very carefully. Okay, the year that we take for comparison. Okay, the year that we take for comparison, right? For example, okay, imagine here, let me try to show it to you here. Okay, imagine now you are taking, you want this year, that is 2020, okay, and you're comparing it with say 2008. So understand now, the year selected for comparison is called as the base year. So which year are you selecting to compare? For example, you're comparing with 2018. So this is called as base year, students. Okay, this is called as base year, and the year for which comparisons are required, okay, it is called as the current year. So for example, in this one, current year is 2020, okay, and the base year is 2018. Understand that. And students, also remember, current year is indicated by a number called 1, okay, and base year is indicated by a number called 0 or not. We call it 0 or not. So understand, students, current year is indicated by the number called as 1, okay, and base year is indicated by a number called 0 or not. Okay, next let us move further on it. Price relative, one of the very important factor of index number, students, is price relative. Now what is this price relative? Price relative is the price in the current year. See here, didn't I tell you, students, it is called as 1 for current year. Okay, 1 for current year. So why is it called P1? P1 because price. If you're talking about quantity, it will be Q1. If you talk about value, it will be about V1. If you talk about expenses, it will be E1. Okay, but which one? Of the current year. So price in the current year is P1 as the percentage of the price in the base year. Base year is P0. P0. Students, what is price relative? Price relative is nothing but, sir, a comparison between the current year and the price year. Students, this is a very important 1-mark question. What is price relative? The price relative is the price in the current year expressed as the percentage of the price in the base year. What's the formula? Current year price by base year price into 100. P1 by P0 into 100. This is the formula for price relative. Understand? Price of the current year by price of the base year into 100. This is called as price relative. Next term is quantity relative. Again the same thing, students. Only thing is the word price is replaced by quantity. P is replaced by Q. Here the formula will be, students, as given here. Q equals to Q1 by Q0 into 100. Q1 is quantity of the current year by Q0 is quantity of the base year into 100. So what is quantity relative, sir? Quantity relative is the ratio of quantity, okay, in the current year expressed as the percentage for the base year. Okay, base year's quantity, comparing the current year and the base year quantity. This is called as quantity relative. Same way we also have value relative, students. Value relative. Now what is this value relative? It is the ratio of the value, sir, of the current year to that of the value of the base year. Same thing like price, quantity. Here P and Q will be replaced by V. V1 by V0 into 100. Now what is this value made up of, students? Understand, value is made up of price and quantity. Students, understand now. If I tell you, okay, if I tell you, students, go out and bring 3 chocolates, okay, 3 chocolates of 5 rupees. 3 chocolates of 5 rupees. Students, 5 rupees, this rupees will become price, right? Okay, and I told you 3 chocolates, so 3 will become quantity. Okay, so understand what is value. Value is nothing but, students, price into quantity. This is called value. So value of the current year means current year's price, that is P1, and current year's quantity. If I ask you value of the base year means V0, sir. So value of the base year will be P0 or P0 into Q0. The price of the base year into quantity of the base year. So this is called as value index number. So students, very important terms these are. If you want, you can pause the video and take down all these formulas. That is of price relative, sir, P1 by P0 into 100. Quantity relative, Q1 by Q0 into 100. Value relative, sir, is the multiplication of both price and quantity, V1 by V0 into 100, but we can write it as P1 Q1, price of the current year, quantity of the current year, P1 into Q1 by P0 into Q0, price and quantity of the base year into 100. Students, pause the video, take down the formula. Okay, but we will move further. Let me remove all these things on the screen and let's move to the next one. Classification of index numbers. How are index numbers classified now? Index numbers are of three types, which we saw earlier just now: price index numbers, quantity index number, as well as value index number. So students, we have price index number, quantity index number, and value index number. Out of all these, students, what you need to remember: price index numbers is denoted by P01. Whenever they ask you, please find the price index number, you will write capital P and 01. That is nothing but current year compared to that of base year. So we write P01. Students, quantity index number will be called Q01. Okay, and value index number will be called as V01. This is all what you need to remember from this slide. Okay, price index number is called P01, price 01. Quantity index number Q01, and value index number is V01. Okay, so that's it, nothing else that you need to remember here. Next, method of constructing index numbers. Now, how are these index numbers constructed? This is very important. Okay, index numbers, students, are of two types: weighted as well as unweighted. Okay, weighted means there are some predetermined numbers assigned to it. Unweighted means free. Okay, unweighted means free. There is no predetermined number assigned. Whatever data is given, based on that data, we calculate it. Okay. Now, students, index numbers, unweighted and weighted. In weighted, we have two categories, students. One is called as simple aggregative, and one more is called as simple average of price relative. Simple aggregative means simple average, students. Total of current year by total of base year into 100. Price relative, this second method is there, no? Price relative, average of price relative. That means for every number we have to take the price relative, P1 by P0 into 100. For everything we need to take the price relative averages. We will do that later in the sum, don't you worry now. Okay. Now, next is weighted index number. In weighted, we have two types: weighted aggregated and weighted average with price relative. Same thing, students. Okay, only thing is here there will be predetermined weights given, and there will be some other formulas based on different people who have given different formulas. Okay, so these are the methods of constructing index numbers. Okay, next, let us look into the first method now. Simple aggregative. The word itself says that this method is simple, and this method is nothing but aggregative, that is total average we have to find out. How to find out this total average, students? Look at the formula. P01, this is how we write price index numbers. P01, okay, P01 equals to summation P1. Didn't I tell you, students? We need to add the total price of the current year. P1 in the sense current year. So what we need to do? Add the total price, aggregate price of the current year, total price of the current year, P1, divided by total price of the base year. Total price of the base year, aggregate price of the base year, into 100. Students, remember here one important thing. In index numbers, right? In index numbers, every formula that you do, you need to multiply it into 100. Every formula that you're working out, you need to multiply it into 100. Can you tell me why, students? Can you tell me why? Recall a little bit of theory. Very good. Yes. What is it? Though index numbers are ratios, we express it as percentage. We are expressing it as percentage, students, and that is why every formula, even though it is summation P1 by P0 here, okay, which is nothing but a ratio, but we need to express it as a percentage, and that is why we are doing it into 100. So students, simple aggregative method is pretty simple, right? Total of the current year price by total of the base year price, summation P1 by summation P0 into 100. If in case you want to write this formula, students, please pause the video and write down the formula. And in case you have finished, let us move further and let us look into one example sum from here. Okay, let us look into one example sum. Okay, example. From the data given below, construct the index number for the year 2008 on the base year 2007. So students, we have to construct for the year 2008. That means 2008 will be called as P1 and 2007 will be called as P0. Did you understand this, students? Okay, current year, right? So 2008 is called as P1. Okay, base year is 2007. Base year means P0, no, students. Okay, that's why I've written here 2007 as P0. Numbers are given now: commodities, sugar, milk, oil, wheat, clothing, all these things are given. The price is given of 2007, price is given of 2008. Let us see how to work out such a type of a question. Okay, so this is how we work out. Students, formula you know. Okay, formula of simple aggregative method is nothing but summation P1 by summation P0 into 100. P01 equals to summation P1. Summation P1 means we need this total. This is P1, no, students, I told you in the question, this is P1 and this is P0. You need to do the total of this. Add 3200 plus 20 plus 71 plus 1000 plus 60. How much are you getting? 4351. Then you need to add the total of P0. You need to add the total of P0. Okay, when you add the total of P0, you will get 3236. Okay, once you have got both the total, students, just substitute in the formula. Total of current year 4351 divided by total of base year 3236 into 100. 4351 by 3236 into 100. How much are you getting the answer? 134.45. 134.45. This is the answer you're getting. Now students, what does it mean by this? It was 100, right? Now it is how much? 134.45. So how much more it is? 34.45, more than 100. So how do we give the conclusion for that sum? We say it means that the price in 2008 were 34.45% higher than the previous year. Okay, in the year 2008 the prices are high by 34.45% than the compared to that of 2007. Isn't this easy? Yes, it is easy, students. That is called simple aggregative method, and in fact it is a very, very simple method. Let us move to the next part. Simple average of price relatives. Now how do we go about this method? That is simple average of price relatives. Same way again. Okay, again it's literally very simple. Let us see. Only difference here is, students, the current year price is expressed as the price relative of the base year, and these price relatives are later totaled and averaged. Understand this. See the formula here. Students, previously we saw summation P1, total of current year, by total of base year into 100. But here it is not like that. Here you need to take individual price relative. Okay, for sugar, P1 by P0 into 100. For ragi, P1 by P0 into 100. For wheat, P1 by P0 into 100. For salt, P1 by P0 into 100. Current year by base year price into 100. Do everything. And once you do everything, divide it by n. Now what will be n? N is nothing but number of items. N is nothing but number of items. How many items are there? So there are 5 items, so divide it by 5. There are 10 items, divided by 10 in this way. Students, this simple average can be done in 2 different ways. We can do it in arithmetic mean or in geometric mean. Arithmetic mean or in geometric mean. Both the methods are same. Only thing is in geometric mean, students, once you do P1 by P0 into 100, right? Okay, we need to take the log of it. We need to take log using logarithmic tables, okay, and then do the total, and then do the total, that is summation, and then divide it by n. Okay, students, usually the sum comes here is simple average of relatives under arithmetic mean. So let me show you one example from the data given below. Similar question to that of before. Okay, construct the index number for 2008 taking 2007 as the base. So again, students, 2008 will be your P1 and 2007 will be your P0. Commodities are given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. P, Q, R, S, T. There are 5 commodities. Understand, there are 5 commodities, P, Q, R, S, and T. Okay. Now how do we go about with this sum, sir? Students, pay attention now. No totaling directly. No totaling directly. Why? We are doing example for simple average of price relatives. Okay. Average of price relatives. So here, how do you need to do? Individual. First is 10, right? So 10 divided by 6 into 100. Do it in your calci, students. Do it in your calculators. 10 by 6 into 100. See here. Price relative P1 by P0 into 100. So for the first one, it will be 10 by 6 into 100. 10 by 6 into 100. Check how much is that, students. Are you getting 166.66 or 67? Yes. Very good. Next one, students. 2 by 12 into 100. 2 by 12 into 100. Next one will be 6 by 4 into 100. So students, in this way, you need to do individual price relative for every commodity. 10 by 6 into 100, 2 by 12 into 100, 6 by 4 into 100, 12 by 10 into 100, 12 by 8 into 100. And then you need to write the answers here. What are these answers called as? These answers are called as price relatives. Once you get this, students, you need to write the total of it. Find the total. When you add everything, here we are getting 603.37. Once you get the total, you have already written the formula here. P01 equals to summation P1 by P0 into 100 divided by n. Now this entire numerator, students, for price relatives method, you already calculated. This is the total P1 by P0 into 100 you had done. And you had got the total. Substitute 603.37. Divide it by how many commodities are there? P, Q, R, S, T. There are 5 commodities, students. There are 5. So divide it by 5. 603.37 divided by 5. You will get the answer 120.63. And that's the answer. So if you see, compared to the previous year to this year, the prices have risen by how much? The prices have been rising by 20.63%. 20.63%, and that's why you've got 120.63. Students, if you have not understood the video, you can rewind the video a little bit and then watch it again, pause it, understand step by step. Also, so if you still want to compare the previous method and this method, students, go back to the video, look into that, and then come here again. Understand? In the previous method, in simple average method, what we did? Total of current year by total of base year into 100. In price relative, what we are doing? Individual. Current year by base year into 100. Current year by base year into 100. Current year by base year into 100. And then we are getting the total, and then we are dividing it by how many ever commodities. Okay, very good. Let's move further, students. Let's go further. Weighted index number. What are these now? These are index numbers in which there is a weight, okay, which is already assigned. Weight is assigned. That means they will tell you based on keeping what in mind you need to calculate this method. Either they will tell you keep the base year quantity, base year price in this way. Okay. Weighted index number are simple itself. Only thing is here, only difference is that there is some kind of a weight assigned to it. Some kind of a predetermined factor is considered. Okay, a predetermined factor is considered here, students. And what are the different methods of weighted index numbers now? In weighted index numbers, we have Dorbish and Bowley's method, Dorbish-Bowley's method. We have Fisher's ideal method. We have Marshall-Edgeworth's method. We have Laspier's method. We have Paschy's method, and we have Kelly's method. So many methods are there in weighted index number. In weighted index. That's it for today, and we will meet in the next video to discuss about weighted index numbers and its details, and also some more example sums. So you can just look into the next video and you will find the details for weighted index numbers. Thanks for watching. See you. Bye bye. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, or even share and subscribe this video. Thank you.